What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James back in the building, man. And special request, I heard you people asking for it. Y'all kept asking for it, man. What's that? How about them Cowboys? Click, clack, play. Here you go, baby. It'll be playing. Now, we lose games, you ain't going to be hearing that song. I'm going to tell you right now. You're not going to hear the song Dallas lose games. But Dallas have victories and have big victories. Yes, we will definitely play that song, and we definitely going to open with it. Week 1, Cowboys, Bucs. Just my quick thoughts on this game that's getting ready to happen as the season gets ready to happen. And, we're going to mourn right quick for the 9/11. Always got to keep our thoughts and prayers for the victims that happened on that 9/11. So hopefully the players, ball out on that day as well. But like I said, Sunday night football, Cowboys, Bucs. It happened last year. Cowboys lost a nail biter, had the lead at the very end, and Buccaneers hit that field goal toward the end, but Cowboys banged with them. It was a game that I definitely thought the Cowboys could have won at the end, but it just didn't happen. But now going into 2022, Tom Brady's a year older. I think he's 45 years old. There has been a turnover with the Bucs as of last year. Cowboys had some turnover. We saw that. But the Bucs had some turnovers on the offensive line. Brady's a year older. They have a new coach. I think, in my opinion, as I've said it before, this week, this is the best time for the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Bucs. They're different. They're not the same Buccaneers team that was 2 years ago when they won the Super Bowl. It's not the same time. Brady's a year older. I don't care if he's 50, 60, or 100. As long as the Cowboys beat him one time before he leaves, because he ain't playing that many more years, if this one could be his last, this could be the last time the Cowboys play Tom Brady. So this is the best chance for them to get him, in my opinion. But let's jump into a few things because I feel like I'm talking too much right now. So let's jump into a few things. Let's talk about some things. So first thing I want to talk about is, we already know about the Jason Peters signing. He is not going to be – I believe he will be active, but he's not going to be starting. You're going to have the rookie Tyler Smith. So I want to jump into something right quick and show the reason why I have a little bit of confidence in him and why they went and got Jason Peters, and don't have Josh Ball as the starting left tackle. Shout out to my guy, the football scout. This is got from him. We know each other. So this is just one compass of a play that this is why Tyler Smith is playing your left tackle and Josh Ball is not. You see this play right here. If you roll it, bam. You see that switch over. This was a problem that Josh Ball was having right here. You see him switch over. But what I want you to see is Tyler Smith right here on this play is because Tyler Smith, he is cock strong. Now, he's going to get worked over in this game, I feel. He probably might have some penalties, might have some hold penalties, might give up a sack. But I trust him over this Josh Ball thing because Josh Ball, too, did too much of that. See that freezer right here? He did too much of that. When they were doing stunts, things of that nature, this was a play that was happening with Josh Ball in the preseason. He was just getting bullied. His feet wasn't ready. So when you're talking about a player, as you see Tyler Smith right here, he's keeping the man at bay, keeping the hands out. You see the strength he has. He's cock strong like Tyron Smith. If we're keeping it all the way real, he really is cock strong like Tyron Smith. And that's what you get excited about that. But just that quick thought and that quick scene was Josh Ball, you don't want him starting right now. I was hoping something could happen with him, but maybe you overdrafted him. Maybe he might not be the guy. Maybe he might just be a career backup. I don't know if he's ever going to be a starter. We shall see. But this is why you went out and got the Jason Peters to back up to Tyler Smith. As I said before, do I feel like he's going to have a little bit of his way in this game? Yeah, I feel like he's going to take some rookie lumps. I get that. I don't have any problem with him taking those rookie lumps because eventually those rookie lumps can turn into some greatness right here. And so when we're just talking about that, I'm going to switch over to something right quick. Let me get over here. I want to show you a few things. Offense to defense. So this is what I was talking about, the lineups. You got Tyler Smith right there. Obviously, Connor McGovern is going to be your left guard. A lot of people frustrated about that. They say Connor McGovern is a better right guard center than left guard. I agree because that's what he played his whole career. But I feel like he worked his butt off. He got with people with Joe Philbin. I got my own personal thoughts about Joe Philbin. This was a critical year. I said this at the beginning of camp before anything because I just don't believe in that guy. I just feel like he is not the guy. I just feel like, he's a little overrated. But we'll see what happens. This could be key seeing what Connor McGovern and Tyler Smith does because Tyler Smith, as you see, on this side where he is at, on this left side, he's going against a Shaquille Barrett. That dog's a monster. He was rated, 13th in Pro Football Focus. I don't really trip on those grades, but he's a very good player. He came out of nowhere on the scene, and he's just been a terror for the Bucs these last couple seasons. So Tyler Smith's going to have probably some issues. So you're probably going to see maybe some trips from some Dalton Schultz, maybe rolling, because Tony Pollard's not going to be starting, but maybe rolling Ezekiel Elliott over there, maybe doing some blocks, 12 personnel, things of that nature. I'm sure they can give him help because they give you more help on the left side than you're on the right side, which is better for Steele, in my opinion, because he can do it on the island. Obviously, we're going to see what's going to happen with that middle with Vita Vea, the recent addition of Akeem Nicks over from the Bears. That's going to test that front with Biadasz and McGovern. But the good thing about it is Martin wasn't in the year last year. You had Tyron Smith there, but Zach Martin was there. But at least you have a Zach Martin back now, and he can deal with the Vita Veas and the Hakeem Nicks. And then we see a Tyler Biadasz, because nobody's really been talking about him. I've been mentioning him that, hey, you got Matt Farnock in the wings. You got McGovern, who's playing left guard, can play center as well. If he loses his way, those should be the options because, see, this is still a critical year for him. So that line is still in flux, but if it can give Dak Prescott some time, man, if it can give Dak Prescott some time, some things can happen. Now, in my opinion, this is coming down to Dallas's offense versus the Bucs defense, because I feel like the Cowboys defense, when we switch it over right quick, now I have a little concern about Jaron Kearse. He was on the injury report with a neck injury. He's listed as questionable. I don't know if he even practiced all week. Usually when you don't practice all week, you don't play. So hopefully that neck injury isn't nothing serious. I do have my spider senses tingling. My antennas are up. But when you look at right here, I'm going to have to see what that lineup is. Dorrance Armstrong Jr., obviously, will be on the right side, and then you have DeMarcus Lawrence. Okadazua should be playing. I don't know if Bohanna's going to be starting or if it's going to be Neville Gallimore. We'll see. But I've been telling y'all, I've been feeling a lot of good things, and I made a video about Bohanna this past summer, probably about 3 months ago, and said how he was critical to this offense. The same way we talk about Vita Vea and what his addition to that defense is and how much he makes that defense go, because he can hold those double teams. He can push that pocket. He can create havoc. That makes it better for everybody else, and that's why they drafted Bohanna. But obviously he was a 6th-round draft pick. He was, green. Those big guys take a little bit of time to get their feet underneath them. But I've been hearing great things. I've been seeing the tape. I've been seeing the preseason. He's pushing that pocket. It looks like he's got his weight back. He's holding the double team. If he can do that, this defense can be monstrous, because we saw Ogadazua, his rookie year, he had like over 38 pressures. A really good player as a rookie. He hit the rookie wall, but now he has rotation. And remember, Neville Gallimore was not healthy in that game, so he's going to be a big addition. Carlos Watkins, they brought him back. Dorrance Armstrong Jr., Dante Fowler, that combination right there. I know people are frustrated with Sam Williams possibly not being active, but as I said before, when we're talking about Sam Williams and Jalen Tolbert, Sam Williams first of all, they're going to have Dorrance Armstrong Jr. and Dante Fowler, and then they're going to have DeMarcus Lawrence and Terrell Basham on the other side. Where's Sam Williams going to play? He's a rookie. Or were you just going to play him just because he's a 3rd-round draft pick and he really hasn't outplayed those guys? We don't like that, but in my opinion, Sam Williams drafted in the 2nd round was overdrafted. So I don't think there should be cause for concern, in my opinion, because he was overdrafted. I had Sam Williams drafted in the 4th round, not the 2nd. The Cowboys drafted him in the 2nd because they didn't want to lose him because he was a hot commodity, 4'5" speed, 6'4", 260 pounds. He's a hot commodity. He can be overdrafted. The Cowboys were targeting him. If they let him ride and try to wait to the 3rd round or possibly the 4th, he would have been gone. That would have messed up their plans, in their opinion. That's why they took him. Jalen Tolbert, I feel like they were going after Jelani Woods in that 3rd round as far as a tight end, because I feel like they were going to try to address it. But the Colts took him. So they said, we need to go ahead and get a receiver. A lot of the good receivers on board. I think George Pickens was still there, and that could have been a pick you could have got over Tolbert. He was more ready. I don't know. I can't remember if he went before him, but I feel like he was more ready. But I feel like Tolbert's a good player. I thought they got a good player. I had him drafted in a couple of my mock drafts in the 3rd round. But I just feel like He's still a little green around the ears. He's maybe just not ready. So that's the more the concern to me than Sam Williams, because I feel like this defense is more stacked and more ready-made to deal with Sam Williams coming along slowly, because you already have playmakers. When you look at the offense, you're maybe a little frustrated on that side because the Cowboys' offense, it's an unknown to me. We already talked about the difference of the line. Noah Brown's going to be starting opposite of CeeDee Lamb. You see they got Tolbert in the slot. We'll see. But Noah Brown, I'm sorry. I need to see this. They're saying he had this great camp. Okay. But I just feel like we know what Noah Brown is. He's got to show. Second receiver until Gallup comes back. He padded practice. Michael Gallup did. But I'm still a little, I don't believe that. So that's the key to me. Not the CeeDee Lamb, because I feel like they need to make ways to get him the ball, but the Noah Brown. When it's 3rd and 9, when it's 3rd and 10, Dak Prescott, is he going to be seeing Pollard out the slot, dump off, Schultz? Is it going to be Tolbert? Is it going to be Simi Fehoko? Is it going to be Kevontae Turpin? What are they going to really do on that offense if they really start trying to shut down CeeDee Lamb? He's going to dump off to Dalton Schultz. I think he had 6 or 8 catches in that first game. But really, it's the guys after Lamb and Schultz. Who's going to be this guy that's going to step up in this game and make critical plays? Whether they use it with Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard. I know they want to run the ball. They ran it with no avail last year, and basically they abandoned the run. Dak threw for like 50 times because they couldn't run the ball. So that's going to be the key, in my opinion. Can the Cowboys run the ball against this defense, and can they convert 3rd downs on this defense? And going to a few other things, this is just some stats from last year from the Cowboys, some of their rankings. And you can see right here, offense across the board was deadly. I know we get mad at Kellen Moore because he did get punched in the mouth, didn't have the counter. But his first two of the 3 years, he's had one of the top offenses in the league, especially in points scored. You see it first across the board. Now, I think what we're looking at here, when we look at the negatives, as you see the rushing yards, this is the thing that had to stand out to me. That's why I said Bohanna's got to be important, in my opinion. Bohanna, here it is, 4.5 yards a carry. The defense gave up. That was good for 31st. They gave up 4,300 yards on the ground, good for 21st. Rushing attempts, 25th. So that means they got to shore up that defense. Teams averaged over 100 yards a game. So that defense, as much as we love it, has to shut down the run game. I feel good about it because you have a Leonard Fournette, and I think the Cowboys can contain him. Passing game, as we go over here, you see the sacks that the Cowboys had last year, 41, gave up 33. That's going to be critical. Can the Dallas Cowboys protect Dak Prescott? Can they run that ball? They're going to need a running combination of Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott to make it easier for Dak to complete these plays, because I don't think the Dallas Cowboys, as they averaged 31 points a game last year, I don't see them dropping 30 points in this game. I see them probably struggling a little bit, in my opinion, and maybe getting 20 points. I think it's more of a 17-point game, so that means the defense is going to have to play astronomical and keep Tom Brady and them off the field. Another key thing for me is right here is defense on what they did on first down. They were tops in the league and getting people off the field. Now, the biggest thing right here is you can see them penalties. 127 penalties, good for last in the league. 1,100 penalty yards, good for second to the last in the league. Better on defense, okay? Saw a lot more discipline on the defense than the offensive side, so that's going to be key right there. Can the Cowboys do not have a lot of penalties? And this is what we need to see. Cowboys offense didn't play with each other in the preseason. No receivers, no quarterbacks, no line. So this is what I'm going to be looking at right here, because they had no time in the preseason to play together. Will there be the false starts? Will there be the holding penalties? Will there be the drop passes? Will there be the unevenness in the offense because you had no practice in the preseason? So that's something I'm going to be keeping my eye on. So those are some of my keys. Can the Cowboys protect Dak Prescott? Can they run the ball? They could not run the ball in the game against Tampa Bay last year. Can they run the ball, and can they make for these critical third downs? I believe if we're talking about Dallas was in the league, gave up less than 50%. I think they were 43% as far as getting teams off the field on defense. They're going to have to be good in that. They were close to over 50. They were over 50% in completing third downs. So third downs is going to be critical. Penalties are going to be critical, especially when these guys didn't play with each other in the preseason. This is just some of the Bucs things. As you can see, they were number one ranked overall in yards. Oh, no, they weren't. I'm sorry. They were second. Dallas was first. So they were right behind the Cowboys. Giving up yards, only fifth. But like I said, they have a difference now. They lost some guys on their team. So, we're going to be seeing what kind of Tampa offense this is as well. Because when we go over here, let's pull up their lineup because they have some new guys on their lineup too. Sorry about that. Pull this up. Can the Cowboys get sacks? Because, see, they got some guys that they have that are new as well. We know about Tristan Wirfs. He's the all-pro. But guess what? Shaq Mason is over from New England. He's a good addition. He did really good last year, had a good season, but he's still new with the team. Luke Godek, he's a rookie. And Robert Haney, who has taken over for Jensen, who was lost for the year, Ryan Jensen, for the whole year. So that Shaq Mason, Luke, and Robert Haney, that's what the Cowboys are going to have to exploit. They also don't have a Gronk, Cameron Brate. So, it's you got to see with this Bucs offense. I don't think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I think this might be more of a defensive-type game. I think that's what it comes down to. So when we're talking about this matchup, for me, for the Cowboys really to win, I don't think it's a high-scoring game. I had at the beginning Dallas coming out 0-2 in the beginning of the season. But now with the new coaching, Tom Brady a year older, I feel like the Cowboys have a chance. But my worry is, are the Cowboys going to score enough points? I think this is a low-scoring game. And if you're asking me right now, how do I feel, I'm kind of in between. You're probably going to have to get my answer tomorrow when we do Best of Enemies podcast. I've got to sleep on it because right now I feel like this is a 20-17 game. But I don't know who does it because I'm a little suspect on the Cowboys kicking game. We know Mar can boom it from the close, but he from far, but he has problems with close. So I don't know if I give that edge to the Cowboys in the special teams kicking game. But as I said, this is a game where Kellen Moore needs to show some heavy Kevontae Turpin. This is a game where he can really turn up. I don't know if he gets a return back for a touchdown, but I feel like he gets a lot of return yards, maybe breaks one, but he's got to get involved, not just with gadget plays, maybe some receiver plays. I made the comparison to Dante Hall. He agreed with me, by the way. But I feel like it's got to be some strong running game in this Tampa game. CeeDee Lamb has got to make some plays, but Kevontae Turpin is a name that keeps shouting out to me that this can be. I don't see him going crazy games this year, but this could be a crazy game. Opening game, Sunday Night Football, Dallas Cowboys, Buccaneers. The crowd's going to be going crazy. This can really get the crowd energetic and really into it and maybe put the Cowboys over the top. Big play from Kevontae Turpin later in the game, big punt return, get some close in, the Cowboys score, something like that. But I'm going out and saying Kevontae Turpin is the difference in this game. So you may just say, I'm going to say instead of Cowboys losing this, I say the Cowboys eke this victory out 2017, and Kevontae Turpin is the difference. I had him 0-1 in the beginning with the Bucs, but I'm turning because I feel like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are not the same team. And if they should play Kevontae Turpin like I think they should, he could be the difference. So that's just my quick thoughts. Big game, James. Cowboys, Bucs, matchup Sunday night. I got the Cowboys winning 2017. Kevontae Turpin is the difference in this game.